Everybody, welcome back to Pern 1.18 Survival. We are here next to our cows. We have been breeding them. We have been farming. We've been doing a lot of things. Creeper, stay over there. So mainly, in our last episode, we collected some bees, right, and got them set up over there. But we've also started our road system. So we've got this built out all along here. Right now we got some temporary torches along it. We'll have to figure out how we want to light this and stuff like that. There will be some farmlands through here, random houses or buildings, things like that. We still have to set up our beekeeper over here, but we've got the house. We started some farm there. We started an outline. And then, of course, we experimented a little bit with different types of setups to see what we want to do. And there's probably more that we can build. So obviously this one's using the observer from the top, and it's sending the signal around all over the place, and of course collecting, 21 honeycomb. These two in the middle are more simplified. The observer is straight behind it, and the dispenser's right here, so you only have two pieces of redstone, so really small. And of course, we're collecting there 21, 21, and 18. Wow. This is the same. And then this last one is a different type that doesn't require observers or anything. Instead, it looks for the level of the hive. So once the level of the hive reaches 5, because that's the max level of honeycomb, or honey, you could say, it sends a signal through the comparator, and it reads it through the signal. So right now we can tell that it is only at a level 3 because 1, 2, 3 are lit up. And if in fact we turn on F3 and we look at it, we can see it on the right hand side there, just underneath the targeted block. It says Minecraft bee nest facing west, honey level 3. So this I thought was really interesting. Oh, it just moved up to 4. Oh, and now it's empty because it went up to 5 and it dispensed, and as a result we now have 21 in there. So awesome. So we've got quite a few bees, and of course we're going to move these and stuff later, but right now that is good. We've got a simple farm and it's producing. And then of course we got a little ambitious, which is good, and what we're going to continue today, and we continued our road. Blink. And yeah, and we need something there. We continued our road this way, and ta-da! We've actually got the first road going up into the city. So it just goes around this way. We had to loop it right here. Originally we were coming down, and of course there's this huge crevasse. We'll have to figure out what we want to do with that. So we looped it around so it curves back on itself, and then it comes up here to our first city gate, which we still have to build the gate. And of course we have to link up the road to up here where our roads are. Next to our building, our single building in the whole city. So that was awesome to be able to do that, and figure out the progress of putting this together, so that we would have our first path. And it looks pretty good when you look down from it above, from there. So right here are the two gatehouse towers. So right here we're going to have the portcullis, and if we want to put doors, we'll have to figure it out. We might even automate it with some pistons and slime blocks. That's a possibility. And then we've got lots of room underneath to do stuff, and off to the side in our towers. And then of course we need our door, or our road, to come up. So the way it's going to work, and I guess we can just outline this right here. So this is going to be the whole tower section, and then this is where the road needs to go up. So we need to angle this so that we have, yeah, so that we can do this. So boing, boing, doing, boing and doing. Don't ask me why I'm going boing and doing. And we'll go up. So we need to clean out 3 in each. Well, actually only 2, but in each section because we want a gradual pathway down here. So let's do that. And then randomized block, that's too even. This is always the trick with putting, you know, all this together, is trying to keep it randomized. Yeah, so now we can do this. Do we have any more? We got mossy cobblestone, but we don't have any slabs. So we might leave a couple gaps and fill them in or whatever, but for now, we'll just fill it in. So let's do 2 of these. Let's put in 2 of these. Oh, we're missing gravel. That's what we're missing. Nope, we need that. We don't need the pickaxe so much. Cool. Yeah. All right, and then, yep, we got to do another layer. So let's do that and that. This is always tricky, you know, and typically, I will be honest, typically when I have built or done large builds before, I've always had a tendency of, okay, a road's going to be this block, and that's what it is. Or a house or a building is going to be just this block, and that's what it is. And of course, I have experimented and mainly with walls to make them unique and decorative and put in intricate designs into buildings, you name it. I mean, I've done a lot of different things, but a lot of times I will say that I've just gone the easy route in my designs just because, oh, well, it was easier, right? But I'm really actually enjoying what I'm doing in this season with this build, in that I've branched out and it's like, okay, well, let's do something, you know, unique. Let's do something different. Let's get a lot of intricate designs that make sense. I am not someone who's going to take, for example, wool and make a building wall out of mixed wool and other blocks, because it's like, hello, a wool does not make a wall. I am not aware of any walls made out of wool in the entire history of the world, even in fantasy worlds. And of course, I know a lot, you know, in the past, a lot of times that was just the only color that was available in old servers and stuff like that, because you didn't have all of today's blocks. You know, Minecraft's really expanded a lot. But I am not a wool user for that. Wool is for carpets, rugs, things like that. It is not for roofs either. There's a lot of roofs made out of wool and creative builds and in, you know, creative worlds and things like that. And it's like, no. Now, a hay bale, yes, because there are straw roofs. Grass, yes, there are sod roofs. Those are things that are practical. They make sense. They exist, you know. So I don't have a problem using things like that. But I will not. I refuse to use wool for things that it shouldn't be used for. I don't have a craft. Well, there's a crafting table over there. We'll get there. For now, we'll just put in our blocks. How far do we want to go? All right, so we got to figure out. So what I'm going to do is, I think, yeah, I think, you know, that's dangerous. I'm trying to think of how I want to link up this road. So this is how you build a random road fast. I don't want to go into this dip, so we'll have to expand it a little bit, but you take your primary block, which in this case is tuft, and then you just go backwards and you place random designs and hope they don't get on the flowers. We have more tuft? We do. We are actually running out of certain block types, so we'll have to... Oops. All these grass and flower pieces are getting in the way. That's okay. Let's put a torch here. I am happy that you don't have to use as many torches in Minecraft now. They do keep the mobs away fairly well. Just a few spread out torches. Alright. Gotta collect all these yellow flowers. We'll use them for some farms. We'll have some huge flower farms, like that's maybe a commodity of a couple farms, you know, things like that. That'd be cool. We have so many plans, so many things to do, you know, and of course, we're only one person. But we'll figure it out, you know. Just a second here. Okay. My phone keeps going off. I had to make sure it's not something important. You know, you don't want to have that excuse that there's an emergency and then, you know, you find out later, oh, well, I was recording, you know, and then you feel bad and all that kind of stuff. All right, so, yep, there we go. Yeah, we're going to link in the road right over here. We're probably going to take this out. I've been thinking too, you know, something we need like a town square. Where is it going to be? Is it going to be up near the castle, or is it going to be down here, you know, in the lower part of the city? Is it going to be, you know, somewhere else? And so I'm kind of leaning towards having it on this end of the city. Simply because it's wider down here. We'll have a castle courtyard type thing and gate entrance, but I'm thinking maybe right in here is a city square, and we'll put buildings all around it, of course, and the roads will merge because there's gonna, you know, there's the gate over there. There's gonna be a gate there. We actually might remove this gate and just have the gate there since we've got one there. We'll have to decide. But that might make better sense, where we have a road that comes up through here, connects to the town square here. We've got this gate coming into the town square, the road from there coming into the town square. There's another road that comes up and back over there. Roads, streets, whatever you want to call them. So that might be something that we put together. All right, cool. So let's go back with some of these blocks. Randomly place them. I'll have to fill this dip in just a tad. We got some dirt. We do have some dirt. There. Just because we're going to put one of the streets kind of like along here. Da-da. But this kind of gives you an idea of, you know, I mean, you saw me map out the roads before, but, you know, what we're doing. I like to kind of showcase what I'm doing, even if you don't get to see the entire projects, because let's be honest, if I only did stuff on camera, and this is probably true of most YouTubers, anybody that's recording, I would say, then, you know, I might have 10 million episodes, but not much would ever get done. You know, you'd have to watch 150 episodes before you saw something come together, just because it takes that long to collect resources, to plan things out, to, you know, all that good stuff, right? So I am doing a lot of work off camera, which is fine. But you get to kind of see it in the culmination of what we put together. Hey, thought I heard a mob. You know? And we still have areas that are not lit up totally. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few gaps in our plateau. We have not lit it all up yet. All right, gravel. Need more tuft. That is the main road block, so it's the most prevalent. Sorry if the camera's a little wiggly as I wiggle around to do stuff, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. All right, so 2, 2. I guess we can do this. We'll kind of bring it up to where it mixes in like that. And then we'll do this. Missing regular cobble. That's what I'm missing. Probably why I left these gaps. That would make sense. And we have to put in where we're going to put in our slabs. Oops, this one's too far out. That's fine. There, all right. So, you know, we don't always have a straight road, but in some cases, you know, absolutely. I do find it kind of silly sometimes also when you do a build and you look at it and somebody's been really creative, you know, and they've put together their city, but then they've got every single street wiggles all over the place. Sometimes it looks cool, but it's also totally impractical. Simply because, you know, the fact is that even in medieval times, you know, even in fantasy worlds, your constructions aren't going to be crooked. Yeah, we have houses that can be at an angle, and that's something Minecraft, of course, is a little bit lacking on, is the ability to provide angles in the builds and stuff, simply because, you know, it's all straight and there's no curves. But at the same time, there we go. You don't have houses that are, or buildings that are wonky, unless you're in Wonka land. Then you would, right? Of course. Alright, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more on this angle here. Yeah, that makes it a little bit wider. We don't want it too narrow, yet we don't want it too wide at the same time. This here needs something. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Now we can just put a couple torches along it. Are you gonna pick up, or am I gonna have to go down here? I'm gonna have to go down here. One of them block glitches. Alright, cool. Now we can come over here. What do we need? We need cobble to finish this up. Oh, and we also need andesite. There's no andesite over here. There's the andesite. We're gonna run out of andesite. I think we still have some in the base. But, yeah. Because we still need to go a little bit further. Alright, so hee-haw, hee-haw, I heard you. Alright. So let's do a gravel there, gravel there. Let's do some cobble. Do I have any more? Yes, I have mossy cobble. And we'll do that and that. Cool. All right, now we can hopefully get this up to where it reaches, right? And ta-da. Do one there, and then too bad we can't make slabs out of tuft. That would be nice, but the designers have not graced us with tuft slabs. I am of the opinion that if you're going to put a block in the game, then give it all the capabilities, meaning do all block types. Let me see. Do we have andesite still over here in our chest? Let's take. I mean, we could probably finish the road. You wouldn't even notice there's no andesite, but we like to be thorough. No shortcuts around here. There is. Look at that. We've got plenty of andesite. In fact, we'll take that one too. Cool. All right. So let's just finish up this one piece of road. We're not going to continue working on more road during this episode, just because now you've got a good taste of, hey, progress and road making. You don't need to see, you know, several episodes of just roads. So we'll kind of vary it up here. Do that, and then let's put those there. There we go. So, and of course this will loop around, but now we have that connected to our gate. So of course we have to do the roads on the other gates. We still got to finish our walls. Yeah, we got tons to do. And going for, you know, and then of course more houses, more builds, more things like that. On our walls, you know, we've got it up to this level, as you know, and we'll go up a little bit higher than this with where the walkways and all of that are. But we are going to have to fill all of this in. And we're going to make the base of these walls so that they come out 5 like that. So basically this is the inside line of the wall. That will be the inside of the city. And of course, the advantage of this is, you know, the wall's still going to be higher than the city's or the ground right here, which is fine, because then we can back up houses and buildings against the wall and have small little courtyards, you know, right behind the wall, that might exist, you know, things like that, out of sight workshops, just like in a, you know, like what would happen in a real type old city thing and whatnot. And then I'm still trying to decide, because I would like to do it, is, you know, kind of putting together the airship docks. I think that would be kind of cool, right? Because the city's old, but it's also sort of, I mean, it's not modern 20th century type thing or 21st century, but, you know, fantasy style. It has, you know, there's some technology, some stuff that has occurred and happened over time, and so, you know, some airships docking up against some ports that stick out from the walls, you know, in a couple areas, probably 2, you know, one on this side, one on that side, would exist. Gotta think of where they're going to be. Now that's probably a more advanced build for later, but probably one I would say comes up off of this high piece here. Kind of makes sense. Whoops. If I come up here as an example, we've got the wall coming up right here, right? So we could probably do an air dock off of this right here, so that, you know, we'll pick a couple spots, maybe where some of the towers go out or something, and there'll be a high pillar coming, a couple high pillars coming up from the down there, and kind of like an air dock right here with a airship docked up against it. Later, we can put an airship in the sky somewhere, that's like flying over the city, or something like that. That could look pretty cool. And then on the other side, um, we'll have to take a look. If we do another one, it would probably be over there somewhere, um, because that's a higher section. But I'm not sure. This side just seems like it's more prone to it, just because it's got the really high, so it just kind of looks like, airships would come up and dock over here if we had that type of a thing in the world. So that's probably what we'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the wall would come out to here. I'm just gonna kind of mark it, at least for this little itty bitty section. There we go. Cool. All right. Well, so what we're going to work on is we're going to do some more roads. We're going to do some wall filling from the back side to kind of fill that out. We're also going to start planning out where to put more buildings. We're not going to build them yet, but we'll probably put the deep slate foundations, the edge, and mark out a bunch of buildings throughout the city. And then, of course, we're going to have episodes where we're building buildings. We're going to have episodes where we're finishing up things. We're going to have episodes where we're working down below, underneath, on sewer lines, sewage, crypts, cisterns, as well as our farm areas. And then, of course, lots of other things. So hopefully you've enjoyed the episode today to take a look at the updates and what we have accomplished. Very excited. Looks like our copper on the roof there is slowly changing, and that's what I want the honey for, is that we're gonna go up on the roof and we're gonna have some blocks stay nice, crisp, clean copper. Some will be partially weathered. We kind of did it backwards. Technically, we should have waxed all the copper first into its different types after letting it weather. Now we're gonna have to mine the copper up, and then from the roof, and then of course wax it and then put it back. That's so extra work, but for our future builds, we'll have a huge, we'll have copper ready. In fact, we'll have to find some places and just put tons of copper laying on the ground and let it weather to the desired degree. We don't even have to have it outside. We can have it underground. So, yay, fun, fun, fun. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining me today. Hope to see you on the server. Come join us and let's have some fun.